Behind Her Eyes, a drama psychological thriller based on the novels by Sarah Pinborough, which I've never read, but I assume they were pretty good for the stories to receive a limited series adaptation. But Behind Her Eyes follows a single mother who enters a world of twisted mind games when she begins an affair with her psychiatrist boss, while secretly befriending his mysterious wife. Now, from my research, it seems like the books were well received, but with the series adaptation, it seems like audiences and critics weren't as happy when you see the ratings. Now, as for my personal opinion, I actually liked it. I didn't love it, but I actually liked it. Initially, when watching this series, I was getting the normal cliche affair drama vibes, but it was intriguing. Although unoriginal, as the story progressed and the much more interesting aspects of the series came into play, the series starts to develop more of its identity and starts to separate itself a little from other similar familiar stories. So the show starts to get a bit weird around episode 5-ish, I believe. And once the show starts to go down this road, you are either fully invested and on board for the ride, or you decide that this is stupid and you no longer want to stick around for this shit. Now, I must admit, I personally don't mind when films make abrupt changes in the story, although it's still a risk for viewers like me because there's no guarantee I'll stick around. But I will say that I am more tolerable to strange new elements coming into play out of nowhere in stories compared to what might be considered average audiences, I guess. Now, I could be wrong, but I feel like this series asks a lot from the viewers and it doesn't really prepare you for it. I mean, I felt like the performances were pretty good, and it's a Netflix series, so you know the budget and production level was really on point. It's just that the story was a little shaky. I don't know if the series adaptations follows the books very closely or not, but the series left a sour taste in my mouth when it came to a lot of the character decisions. And I think a lot of audiences and critics who didn't like the series mainly had an issue with the ending, if I'm not mistaken, but I didn't think it was bad overall. Just the events that led up to the final scene was just rushed and unsatisfying to me. And that's probably because it was a limited series, so they just had to wrap it up. If this review receives like 30 likes to show that you guys are interested, I'll go into more detail and release a spoiler review about the specific parts I'm hinting at and what I thought would have been better character choices and story decisions. But I'm giving Behind Her Eyes a 7.5 out of 10. Like I said, I didn't think it was bad. I actually enjoyed a lot of the elements throughout the series. Although I do think that there were some much more intriguing decisions that could have benefited the overall story a lot more, and possibly have resulted in the final scene being more satisfying. But there you have it. If you enjoyed the content, you know what to do. Thank you for watching.